Do you want your family fighting over your estate once you've passed away? Well, that is an unintended consequence most of us would never like to face. Hi, I'm attorney Tiffany Powell, owner of Tiffany Powell and Associates, located in the south suburbs of Chicago. And today we'll continue our discussion on unintended consequences to discuss the top 3 unintended consequences for if you do not have an estate plan. Number 1, if you do not have an estate plan, you will experience a loss of control upon your death or disability. If you pass away, the Illinois Probate Act controls. That means that you no longer have a say as to who will inherit your assets. More specifically, when it comes to who are the heirs or the descendants who will receive the assets that belong to your estate, and how much of your estate they will receive will become the final word of the Illinois Probate Act and not your desire. When does this become a problem? Consider yourself being single with no children. You may have nieces and nephews that you would want to receive assets as opposed to their parents, but under the Illinois Probate Act, the Probate Act would say that if you're unmarried without children, your parents and your siblings become your heirs. Well, maybe you don't care about that unless you have siblings that you don't talk to, or you have siblings that you've never met because you're now in a blended family. Then it can become a really big deal to lose control over who will be entitled to your assets upon your death. So the first unintended consequence is the loss of control. The second unintended consequence, if you do not have an estate plan, will be probate. Now, I'm not saying probate is absolutely horrible, but I am saying that it is a process that takes time for you to work through. And how do you get pulled into probate? If you have real estate that's left in your name, or you have bank accounts or other assets that exceed $100,000 with no beneficiary designations. That means you did not do a comprehensive estate plan, and now you have to go to probate. Number 3 is it is costly and expensive to settle your estate if there's no estate plan. Why does it become costly? There are fees that must be paid for probate. You also have to pay fees when you're resolving disputes, finding missing heirs, and we won't even get into the emotional toll it takes to deal with the loss of a loved one and then have to deal with a messy situation concerning their assets. So yes, you're trying to do the right things. You tried to change beneficiary designations, but you didn't think through the unintended consequences. And as a result, your family could be fighting over your assets. That's why this is very important for you to speak with an estate planning attorney so that you can negotiate through what you don't know. Because at the end of the day, we can devise an estate planning strategy that works for you, and you don't have to have unintended consequences. I'm attorney Tiffany Powell. Drop me a message below and let's talk about some of the unintended consequences we can avoid for you in the future.